Hello everyone and welcome to the benchmarking review of the XOLO A500L. It's a cheaper version of the A500S but has great build quality. Let's see how it fares against this competition, the Karbonn A12 Plus. First off, let's get into the hardware specifications. You can see here that the phone features the MT6572 chipset, runs Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, has a 4-inch WVGA display, that's 800 by 480 pixels. It has a dual-core processor, 1.3 GHz, and it runs the Mali 400 GPU with OpenGL specification 2.0. Moving on, the phone has 512 MB of RAM, out of which 468 MB is available to the system. And it has a 4 GB ROM, out of which 2.54 GB is available to the user. There's a 3 megapixel primary camera with 720p video capture and LED flash. You also have a 0.3 MP front-facing camera for video calls. There's a 1500 mAh battery pack which should keep running the phone for a day's use. We'll test it out later. And you have 3 sensors. A 3-axis accelerometer, a proximity sensor and a light sensor, which do work as you saw right there. Now let's begin with the benchmarking. First of all, we are going to run the Quadrant benchmark. We have fast forwarded all the benchmarks so that we can get to the final results quickly. Let's submit the score. We calculated an average score of 3465 in different runs because it was giving us a different score each time. Here you can see that it gave us a score of 3008 right there, but the average score is higher than the Karbonn A12 Plus. Now let's run the AnTuTu benchmark. Here too we are running the full benchmark. So we got an AnTuTu score of 11,032, as you can see right there. The score is in line with the Canvas Phone A74 as well as the Karbonn A12 Plus. We'll have bifurcated scores as well as comparisons on PhoneBunch.com. Next up, we are going to run the Nenamark 2 benchmark, which will test the graphics prowess of this device. So we got an FPS rate of 40.9, which is again expected of the Mali 400 GPU. It's lined with other MT6572 based smartphones. We expect good gaming capabilities from this device as well. Now we'll run the HTML5 chapter on Vellamo. It will run the SunSpider as well as V8 benchmark suite. So we got a Vellamo score of 1683, which is again absolutely similar to the Karbonn A12 Plus. And lands us, let's see where. So you can see here it's above the HTC One X and below the Lenovo K900. Moving on, now we are going to run the Metal chapter. It basically tests the CPU of the device. So we got a Vellamo Metal score of 467. Let's get the comparison chart now. Here too you can see it lands above the HTC One X and below the Samsung Galaxy S3. Again a great place to be, especially when the phone is available for around ₹6,000 in India. Now it's multi-touch test. You can see that I have 4 fingers but it can recognize only 2, so it's a 2-point multi-touch display. Well, that's the benchmarking review of the XOLO A500L. At benchmarking, it proved that it's quite capable and similar in performance to the Canvas Phone A74 and Karbonn A12 Plus. The glossy back cover as well as the metallic looking trim gives it a nice appearance as well as design flair. We'll be back with the full review, camera samples and gaming as well. Stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe and have a great day.